How you doing, fellas? Tonight I'm going to talk about jacking off. All right. Everybody in prison jacks off. I don't give a fuck what they say. Everybody jacks off. They even talk about with each other best way to jack off. Right? Most people jack off in the shower, but like the denture glue that you get in the store, real good, and the adhesive, the C-bond, that's the bomb way to jack off. The upper sticking thing that goes in your upper dentures, the best way. But anyhow, my hustle was making wine. All right, and I don't want you to think I'm a weirdo when I tell you about this either. But this was back in the day when we had spring beds. All right, and I used to like to take some of the little dividers out of my bed so that way the springs would sink more and I get more of a, I like more of the hammock effect in my bunk, right? And I always had a single cell because I'd killed my cell in Quentin, and there was always a top bunk, but there was a rail that ran along the top that I could hang a curtain there to make it darker in there because we have a night light in the cell that's on all the time, so you want to make that, and I'd leave it just a little bit open so the cop could shine his light in and see me at count time, you know. So anyhow, I work in a bakery. So I come home from work and I got a little ball of dough about yay big, and I take it. Everything's heated by steam. All right, there's a steam pipe runs right through everybody's cell. All right, so I set it on the steam pipe. It's about as big as a softball. All right, but the steam ain't on because it's nice outside. It's summertime, but it's going to get cold, and that's not summertime. It's probably fall, but it's all right in the daytime still, and the steam isn't on. All right, so it's cool. I set it back there. I split. I go off and get high with the fellas. We're kicking back. And this other dude's smoking weed, doing whatever. And so when it came time to go lock in, I told the fellas, I'm going to set another batch up. I'm going to go lock in and handle this. All right, so when I got in the cell, I was late getting there. When I got in the cell, I just ran in real quick and the cops locked the door. And it was dark. And I could see in the back of the bunk, I seen this like white thing sticking up over the top of the bucket. I'm looking like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Is it a fucking monster or something? You know? So I turned around and said, fucking dough, son of a bitch, the fucking shit blew up because the heat from the steam had come on and it rose. All right? So I took it out of there. Right? It's no good now for making any wine. Right? And it was warm. And it had flour on it, so it was soft. So it's about this big now. It's about as big as a basketball, right? And I'm looking at it and I'm going, man, it's warm and it's soft. So what I do is I take it and I set it in the middle of my bed and it sinks down a little bit anyway on the natch, right? So I take my hand and I stick it in it like this, right? And it kind of looks like a big vagina. I mean, when I take my hand out, it leaves the slit in there, and it looks like a big shaved vagina. And I'm looking at it and I go, well, it's warm and it's soft. What the fuck? So I let them count. They count. I pull the curtain over. I get in there, and I start fucking this piece of dough. And it was good. It was warm. It was soft. It was hugging my dick like a good pussy should. And all of a sudden I hear, all right, you two come out of there. And it's this female cop named Lizzie. All right? She's about 65 years old. All right? But she thinks there's two of us in there. She thinks I'm fucking some dude in there. So I come out of the thing, I pull the curtain back, and she looks in there with her light, and she says, what the fuck is that, Gregory? I says, it's a piece of dough. She said, a what? I said, a piece of dough. She said, oh, young fella, you have got issues. She goes, don't you move. No, wait. She goes, on second thought, she unlocked my door, she was cuff up. So I cuff up, she cuffs me to the rail. She goes down and gets some gloves on and a trash bag, and she puts the dough in the bag. Now, I know the lieutenant's going to get a real kick out of this, right? So after she takes it away, about 30 minutes later, she comes to the lieutenant's office. So I come down to the lieutenant's office, and I say, what's up, boss? And he goes, what's this, Gregory? He holds up the dough. I said, it's a piece of fucking dough. Look, boss, it was warm, it was soft. What the fuck can I say? He said, aren't you afraid you're going to get yeast infection? And I started laughing. I go, yeah, you guys are real funny. Now, in these days, they don't do this anymore. But in these days, if you got caught jacking off, or fucking somebody in their ass, or somebody fucking you in your ass, or somebody sucking your dick, or you sucking somebody else's dick, they send a memo to your parents or your wife or whichever the case may be. If you're married, your wife. If you weren't, your mom. And it said, your son was caught engaging in a sexual act. That was it. They left it wide open for you to fucking, whatever your parents want to think. So my mom comes up there and she says, what the hell is this? I said, Mom, I had this piece of dough. And I went through the whole thing to her. She goes, son, you got to stay the fuck out of prison. And that's how I fucking fucked the dough. But I mean, hey, look, I'm not ashamed of it. It was the best I ever had in the penitentiary. And that's all I got to say for tonight. But, like my videos, subscribe to my channel, and remember, November 3rd is going to be the most important video I want you to listen to. Take it easy, fellas. Have a good night.